Hello, hello everyone. It's Ken, Miniature War Gaming Warriors, and yeah, another live stream. And hope everyone's okay. Everyone's all well. And just going to see if anyone actually joins because this is another sporadic live stream. But anyway, while people are joining, anyway, what I'm going to do is I am going to do what I said I was going to come here to do today, and that is work on some cavalry. And yeah, just literally going to do some cavalry. Uh, it was a bit of a debate really because as you can see, I've got a load of infantry in front of me. They were actually all painted, ready to go. I've got two light infantry battalions at the back there, and I've got an Italian battalion, which I'm quite impressed with actually. I'm gonna give you a little show on the cam. Let's move it over. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with them, especially the flag, GMB for the flag, and yeah, it was. I ran out of bases, so don't worry. I'm not mixed basing them. I'm just waiting for some more bases to come from war bases. But I've got a load of cavalry, as you can see in the picture, and also just behind me, just there. And I better get started on them, am I? So that's the thing. How is everybody anyway? Um, everyone good today? Where are people tuning in from? I know once again, impromptu live stream. Sorry about that. But as you can see, Monday night's Plastic Brat podcast is going to be hosted by myself. I've put a link in the description below. Random afternoon live stream won't distract me from work at all. Yeah, sorry, mate. Sorry. Got a couple of weeks off, so I've got to make the most of it, and I get the content out there. But yeah, this one's just a little hangout thing, little chat with you guys. Please feel free to send some questions and bits and bobs my way, get some answered. But I'm just literally putting together some lancers at the minute from Warlord Games, and I'm going to be, if I get a chance, I'm going to try and get as many of these put together as I can. I've got a unit of, I think it's 12 or 14. I've got the actual Lancer set, so it comes with a metal um, horse as well as bugler, and I've also got a guy carrying the eagle there. So I'm going to stick the guy with the eagle probably on the horse, and then the bugler is going to probably go on one of these plastic horses. And yeah, I think it's going to be like a unit of 12. You're not sorry. GP's put here. Let's see, put. You're not sorry. You're sharing your friend's addiction with us all. Like we don't have enough lead mountains to paint already. No, no one's ever got enough. You're very correct there. But yes, tell you what I did buy recently was a new hobby blade. Both the army paint ones. I could have probably just got the blades. They probably do actually fit in the plastic one. Actually, they do look a little bit different. Tell a lie. They probably fit, but the new handle looks quite nice. This was just the old plastic handle. Use that one primarily if I'm just trying to literally scrape off a load of old rubbish. But this one, yeah, it's not bad actually. Not bad at all. I don't know if I actually shared this stream. I bet I didn't even share it, did I? I bet it just popped up. Let me just try and let me see if I can share it as well. Sorry about this. I better see if I can share it. Would be a good idea, wouldn't it? I hope everyone's good anyway, and everyone's not. Well, I hope you're stuck at work because being at work at the minute is quite a good thing. But I've got a couple of weeks off, so I am literally, as they say, making the most of it. Just put that in there, there. Martin had his stream last night. It went a bit tits up, but we got there in the end. But there we go. Lovely, lovely jump. Yeah, Martin got there in the end, and it worked really well. I did my test run with Steve as well, and it worked well. You could actually have a proper conversation with Steve, and his lips were in sync. So fingers and toes are crossed uh, for for um for Monday night. Should be pretty interesting. See if I can make these. See what looks better. Actually, see what you guys think. More zoomed in, or do you think more pan? Zoomed or pan? Let's go with zoomed for the minute. See what that's like. Was there too much going on? Yeah, it's fine. More gamers are allowed to a lead mount on the plastic. All the sixes. Yeah, they are. They certainly are. But I would quite like to get these done because, like I've said a million times, I just want a bigger French army than Martin just to annoy him. Just to go, Martin, how many battalions you got? And he'd go 30. And I'll go, oh, I've got 32. Such a shame. And he'll get really pissed off. And that's the goal. So basically, I'm just spending my money just to annoy Martin. GP's put I pretended to like my plastic mat and doesn't exist because it's all in neat boxes, so I can buy more if I want. Yeah, that's the way to do it, mate. That's the way to do it. I've got it in neat boxes behind me as well. Tell you what, actually, I'm gonna zoom back out. I think it looks better. What kits have you guys got then on the go at the moment? What's your flavour of the month so far? I should say flavour of the year, shouldn't I? Get rid of this. And we just love mold lines. They're like the nicest thing ever created, aren't they? They're actually not too bad. These warlord plastics. People slate them and all that. I've seen some people slate the warlord stuff for the plastics. They're bigger and heroic scale, but I'll tell you what, they're not. They look quite nice. You know, they're really easy to put together. Someone that's new into modelling, I do quite like them. I've got my Perry's ones to do, but I thought I'd start with these Lancers just because I think unit of Lancers would be quite nice. And then the next question is, do I build everything, prime everything, and then I can paint everything how I want when I want? Or do I just build a box at a time, paint a box at a time? Because I'm pretty good with it. Pretty good either way, to be honest. What we got here? JT's put, "Hey mate, hope you're well. Hope you keeping sane during lockdown." Yeah, I'm keeping sane. Just buying more French as usual. You know what I'm like. I'm just addicted to French for some reason. And all the six has put 28 mil War of the Roses from Perry's and Victrix, African War Effort. Oh, someone been there looking at Martin's stuff by any chance? He loves his War of the Roses, doesn't he? Little tip here, all right? You got a clogged up pipe like this, get a lighter, and then just melt away any of the. There you go, there it goes, and that will unclear it. Don't chuck away. Don't chuck away. What do you call it? A half-filled bottle, and now it's coming out absolutely fine. That's if you lose the actual plastic bit like I've done. Otherwise, it should be fine. But yeah, okay. Just realised what I've done as well. I cut out two same halves. What an idiot! Thinking, where's the head? GP's put. I'm painting Lord of the Rings at the minute. Yeah, I've got some Lord of the Rings stuff behind me, but I don't know when that's going to get done. I don't feel like I'm going to be a Lord of the Rings sort of mood this year. I don't reckon. But he's waiting for a Stargrave release. Napoleon and M&T2 Napoleonics before I go too deep. I think I'm there. To be fair, I think I've passed that all the way. And Enemy in Sight's put Perry's War of the Roses, Victrix, uh, Britons, and Romans. Oh, so a bit of ancients on the go there. Nice. I'm quite interested in those Victrix kit because I'll tell you one thing. When I first started off like wargaming and stuff, Victrix and that, when you see them in their like plastic bags and things, and you see 60 figures for the price you get, you're like, that is pretty astounding. Especially when you come over from say 40k like I did, like Games Workshop games, and you think, geez, Louise, how can you get 60 miniatures in in a pack for like £40? It's like absolute bargain, really. Even a Warlord box at 20 quid for or 25 quid for 25 miniatures, whatever it is. Even that's good price compared to say some of the Games Workshop stuff. Do you guys think at any point you're ever going to see historical figures go to the same prices as like Games Workshop sort of stuff, or do you feel like it's at it where it should be right now, and it's where it should stay? And yeah, what's your opinions on that? Watching Ken light up glue in a confined space, taking plastic crack to the next level. Oh yeah, got me knife, got me leftovers down here, all my filings. Oh dear, dear oh dear. Granda's art space has dropped in. He's put hi Ken. So you just couldn't hold off from those French cavalry. Then don't blame you. Do you know what? On this, I was thinking about it last night. Where I was in bed. I was listening to an audio book. It helps me go to sleep. Yeah, and I was just like, you know what? I've done a lot of infantry recently, and I've done. It's been mainly infantry I've painted. So I've done. I think it's 144 greatcoats, like to a level, to a certain level. So I've done um, white base coat overall, but before a grey sort of primer. So they're all white. They've got flesh jackets, shakos done, okay, and their muskets are painted brown. So they're pretty much three quarters of the way done. So all I've been doing is I've just been picking them up and just putting them into battalions. So I've got two light infantry in front of me. I've painted this week, and I've painted an Italian battalion as well. Um, So, and then I've still got the other, what, 80 odd, 60 odd guys left over that I can just pick up at any point that are half done. So, at any point I feel like doing a battalion of infantry and I want to mix them in, I can do it. But the cavalry, I haven't even started. So, I'm thinking, do I get as much done with the cavalry as I can and then come back to the infantry as I feel like doing? And I think that's the way to go, to be fair. I think I might get all my horses done and then paint the guys because I know horses can be a bit of a nightmare. But I don't really mind, to be fair. I'm not really that fussed about getting burnt out on cavalry. I think it's going to make a nice little bit of a change. Maybe do a bit of artillery in between as well. But yeah, I'm not Martin. Let's put it that way. He can't stand doing cavalry in masses. I don't think. I think he likes doing individual ones, but he's got to do a mass unit. I definitely think he's not in the way for it. And if it's Dom, Dom can just paint anything anyway, so Dom doesn't count. Dom literally just paints like I don't know what. I think that's all the mold lines off that guy that we can see there. Oh no, there we go. There's a really big one there I missed. Always miss that one around the back of the leg. There we go. That's better. Oh, don't want him to go disappearing. No, and then that should slot together quite nicely now. Put a bit more glue in there. Let's see what that looks like. Yep, that's fine. It's that horse. I messed this up somehow. Is that a different horse head? Am I missing something? Yes, it is. Okay. So that might not line up perfectly. Right. Okay. I'm learning. I'm learning. So that horse, even though there's two on the sprue, Looks like they might be. Yes, they are. Aha, that's better. That looks perfect now. Cool. Right, that's the first one done. One of 162. uh, what else we got going on down here? So, Grandad's art space put. I'm glad to say I have one box of French infantry. I'm having enough trouble with the British infantry. I don't even start with that because I've got British infantry that aren't going to get done. 100% they are not. Yeah, no, it's in a no go zone at the moment. Probably not for another year or two. I don't think. I might even do Prussians instead. So we'll go there. Contrast paints don't half help painting horses. Oh yes, they're like the godsend of painting horses, and I've got some here already done for my medievals. Just show these up. So there's some contrast ones, 3 different colours, just there, and they're already done, ready to go. Just need to actually paint the guys that are going to sit on top of them, which probably I should do at some point, but not yet. Haven't even thought about it. Tell you what, is that guy going to sit on there nicely enough? You got to have a command, haven't you? Trumpeter. Yeah, that looks nice. Cool. So he's going to sit on there. Yes. I don't actually glue my guys onto the horses until I paint them, so I do paint them separately. I don't know what everyone else does, but I do paint them separately. Just find it easier. Find it a hell of a lot easier, to be fair. But everybody else, do you find it easier to paint separately with cavalry, or do you just put it all together and paint what you see? Because I guess depending on the actual how you're going to do it. So if you're going to paint contrast, like the horses, I do find it a bit easier just to paint them separately because you can go mental with it. Or I guess if you're doing like a traditional painting sort of style, I guess it doesn't really matter. I am going to need one guy. Do I go with Lance? Because I'm going to use Lance for the front rank. Just trying to think now, how many am I going to need? Going to need units of 12, so 6 on the front. So I'm going to need, was it 14? How many have I got here? So 2 there, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, so 12. Well, it gives me 13 and 1 spare. So that gives me 1 spare. So yeah, I'm going to want 4 lances for the front, aren't I? So I'll go lance for the first 4 and then swords. Tell you what, though, Prussian cavalry from Perry's is definitely making me think about Prussians, my allies. And to be fair, that white paint scheme as well is actually making me think Prussians. I know it sounds really crazy. People don't like paint white, but I don't mind it because it's quite a simple white to do. Um, just for the fact of it is literally probably mostly near enough all white. And if you're wondering what that was, it was my cat jumping down, being a little shit as usual. I'm gonna have a lot of crack violins here, aren't I? Ken definitely being Ken. Who's looking forward to watching the Plastic Crack podcast on Monday? Then people up for that? Been off for a couple of weeks, isn't it? Do people actually watch it? And if you don't watch it, is there any reason you particularly don't watch it? Have you tried watching it, or just not your cup of tea, or are you really looking forward to it? So I think I'm going to host this week, and then Martin is going to host week after, and then Dom. Then it'll be me again. Yes. Yeah, that's how we're doing it. Right. See, look, I can't even. I don't know how, but there's an infantry guy right there, just sat there. Where did he even come from? It's bloody appearing everywhere in those great coats. That one. Just get a bit of super glue. What I remember. There we go. Twist the head slightly just to give him a bit of dynamic posing, you know. Uh, I watch, but I tend to watch live as he's. Sorry, I just put a comment there. I watch, but never tend to watch live as always busy on Monday nights. Yeah, looking forward to Monday's podcast. Enemy in sight. Yeah, I'm glad, but glad I've put a link in the description anyway because it's going to be hosted on my channel on the Monday, so you'll be able to catch it there. And then I think it will be. I think the guys can download it and then upload it to their own channels, but I'm not sure if we're going to do that. I'm not too sure yet. But then Martin will put a link out for his for next week's episode or the week after's episode. Sorry, I should say for his thing. There we go. Cool. And what lance shall we go with? Yeah, let's go with this guy here. Always got to be careful as well with these because you don't, you've got to get the mold lines off, but you don't want to scrape away the detail. And it's really annoying sometimes when the mold line goes over like details. It can be a bit frustrating. It's like there's a nice chunky mold line here, and it's like, well, I don't really fancy taking away all the detail, but some of the older Perry kits are a bit annoying for that, especially around the heads. That again. What did people get for like Christmas then? Did you get hobby related stuff? If you did, what sort of hobby related stuff did you get? Did you get like tools? Did you get models? What models did you get? Did you get what you asked for? Be interesting to know. Obviously, I've got a lot of French. It's my birthday tomorrow. I turn 30. Depressing. I keep thinking I'm old. I'm not old. I know I'm not old, but I turn 30 tomorrow. Oh man, I can't even say I'm in my 20s anymore. That's the depressing part, I think. I'm gonna say we're not in my 20s. And if you thought I was older than that, cheers. Oh dear. Get that mold line off there. Nice chunky one there at the side. Here's one. Do you even bother getting rid of your mold lines? That's the other thing. Do you even bother actually doing it? Because I know some people don't even bother. I never used to in my 40k stuff. Sacrilege, really. Nowadays, thinking about it, spending that much money on a model and not even get rid of the mold lines. Or then I bother with my Napoleonics, which you can't even see really, like on the table, not masses. You probably can't make it out that well. God, that's a lot of crack filings there. Look at that. Jesus. Making a nice little pile there. All the six put Perry's World of Rows of Plastics. Really useful boxes with inserts and some more contrast paints. Perry's World of Rose Plastic. Oh, Christmas stuff. Perry World of Rose Plastics. Yeah, really useful boxes with inserts and some more contrast paints. Yeah, I've got the range of the contrast paints. They're really good. Yeah, really do enjoy those. The boxes, the inserts, what are they for then? What sort of insert boxes are you going to use them for? And Lionheart's put, hi, I got Dead Man's Hand starter. Set just painting the Outlaws at the minute. Oh, nice one. What inspired you to do Dead Man's Hand then? Um, was there anything in particular? I know Martin enjoys it and he's played a couple of games with Haley, and I've played it a couple of times with Martin, so it's quite nice. Do you like the Wild West theme, or did you just want the starter set for the value? Because the value is very good for it, 100%. Try and get that mold line off there. Lovely. Bit crazy doing a midday stream, I think, just out of the way. What we got is all the sixes has put MDF tray inserts to fit 4 litre and 9 litre boxes. Can hold 28 mil, 6 mil figures nicely. Buy them from Sally Four. Oh, nice. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool. 6 mil inserts. I'm interested in that. Here we go. More. Oh, we got a flame going on there. There we go. Yeah, I didn't even know about that. To be fair, Sally Forth. Didn't even think about that. But yeah, 6 mil. You know, I like my 6 mil as well as my 28 mil. What's not like to like about your 6 mil stuff? Enemy in sights, but clean mold lines. It's the worst thing. But leaves ruins the paint job for me. Yeah. Agree. If you look up close and personal, they do. I know that some. They'll tell you what's a real pain in the ass for mold lines is the bloody Perry's Napoleonic drummers. Oh, they are a nightmare for mold lines because they go right down like the chevron bits. Should instead of before I put them together, really should try and clean them off first. I've always found them a nightmare to do, and you'll find that most of mine don't have all the mold lines scraped off completely. I'll try and get as much off as I can, but I did some skirmishes, some Italian skirmishes that are up behind me now, and I didn't clean the mold line off of those because it was the first Napoleonic kit I put together. I really do wish that I'd spent a bit more time when I first did it instead of just whacking them all together as quick as I could. Some of the really bad ones, though, I have gone like over them after I've primed them and scraped off the mold line, and then use a brush on primer afterwards, just because they were that bad. And I thought I can't have that. It's nonsense. And Lion Art's put, yeah, this is about Dead Man's Hand. He's put his great value, but I have to blame Martin. He's made you want to play Dead Man's Hand. Yeah, he's a git for that, isn't he? 100%. He's a bit of a git for that. I did let them know that I was streaming. I did invite them on, but they were all at work, so you never know. And some of them might be tuned in. Depends if they want to get distracted. And all the six put just recently finished the 6 mil English Civil War army for use for King and Parliament rules. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one thing I like about 6 mil is you can use it. You can create those periods. You don't want to collect in 28 mil because it's just too much of an effort. Like I've done with my ACW stuff, which has really annoyed me actually because the 15 mil stuff's just come out. Well, 13.5 mil. Should be a bit careful with what I say with that. Um, it's just come out, from Warlord. But am I disappointed about the 6 mil stuff? No, of course I'm not. Bacchus is great value for money, and I can assure you it's probably a lot cheaper than me getting that 15 mil stuff and getting addicted into another scale that for terrain, which will be a real bloody nightmare. All right, that's number 3. Yay! So that's the first sprue. That leaves over. Oh, camera's gone a bit doolally over here. Hello, there we go. It's come back. So that leaves over a guy on there. So I will put that to one side for the minute. And I shall move on to the next sprue. All the fun in the world. All six is put. 6 mil is still better for grand battles. Yeah, I have to agree with that point. 100% is definitely easier to do. I think if you could do 28 mil grand battles, if you had all the figures painted and the size of the table would be huge and all that, I think that would look very impressive. But let's be honest, apart from the Perrys, who do you know that's got room to do that really? It would be nice. Obviously, CrackCon. CrackCon's going to happen next year. Keep going on about it. Uh, we've been looking into venues. We might have found a venue in England anyway, but obviously that's going to be the latter part of next year. But looking forward to that. It'd be nice if people can make CrackCon. Be a bit crazy actually hosting like a little convention. I think people will need it. To be fair, just need to get away from all this rubbish that's going on at the minute. People definitely interested about CrackCon. Lionheart's put normally sits 28 mil, but I'm tempted by the new Warlord set for ACW. Yeah, I think a lot of people are tempted by it 'cause it has had a lot of interest. A lot of views are coming on about it. 100%. It's had a hell of a lot of interest. The problem is, like you probably agree with me, it's like the scale, isn't it? You then got to get terrain for all that scale, and it drives me nuts. Especially if you game over like two scales that are like that, 15 and 28. That would drive me a bit insane, I'm afraid. I could do 15 and 6 or 28 and 6, but 15, 28. If you're doing it in 15, I just think you should do it in 28. I didn't follow Ken's golden rule number 1 then. I very nearly sliced my finger open. Don't ever use a blade going towards you unless you're an idiot and want to get stabbed like me. Always do it away. But yeah, CrackCon. I hope people are looking forward to that. Lionheart's put, yeah, must admit for the price, the new ACW is a bit pricey. And Warlord in like general per figure prices, or I think they are a bit more expensive than some of the other historical manufacturers. and all the six. But to be fair, I have 28 mil, 15 mil, and 6 mil ACW. Oh my god, that's a lot. So I don't think another scale is needed, but can definitely see some benefit attracting people to smaller scale. Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, because then they can sell you terrain at that scale as well, which is always handy. But I'll tell you what, though, I'll tell you what, I was disappointed with the Warlord release. You know, I thought the plastics were really cool that it was in that scale and they were plastic, but I was really annoyed about the prices for the actual terrain. So there was, I think it was 3 or 4 MDF buildings for like £30. I was like, wow, but 30, 15 mil terrain. I was like, 30 quid for that. It's like, no thanks. No, definitely not. Wasn't happy with that. I've been like 3 or 4 different bits for maybe 15 quid. I would have been like, yeah, happy days. That's an enticement to get me into it. But for £30 for 3 bits of terrain, I was like, no, not at all. You can get a lot of terrain. You can get 28 mil for 30 quid. You can go on table, what's it called? TT Combat. You can get about 4 or 5 buildings for that. Yeah, that's what I meant for pricey for terrain. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bugger that. I'd definitely go third party for 15 mil terrain. I wouldn't buy the Warlord stuff. Is that what put you off Lionheart? Was just seeing that price for their terrain? Because that's what put me off completely. That is just what put me off. Even though the figures look good and the price of the figures look good, it was just the terrain. I was just like, nah, screw that. Just thought they're a bit sneaky as well, doing their own secret scale. I know why they've done it for their business model. It makes sense because then you only realistically buy from them. But it would have been nice if, like people said, it would have been nice if they just stuck to true 15 mil. It would have looked a lot, been a bit nicer. But that's the way it goes. Nick Gaines just dropped in. Hello, Nick. Hello. With all the French you're doing, you should be granted a French citizenship soon. Oh dear. Yeah, maybe I should. I'll tell you what, though, guys, it's going to be nice when eventually I get to get it all on the table and everyone gets to see, see it all on the table. It would be nice, wouldn't it? Done some Italians. Does that count, Nick? Quite proud of them, to be fair. I don't know what it is, but I'm quite proud of the flag and command base. I'm definitely proud of that. I'll show it off again. Just pick it out. So that's the Italian command base just there. Those GMB flags are awesome. No eagle, second battalion for the Italians there. Oh, and I will show off a light infantry base as well. Why not? So, I believe these are the fifth. Let me just check. Yeah, it's the fifth. Yeah. So, light infantry for the fifth, just there. And that's the Warlord metal. So these are that's metal Warlord. And if people want to know, okay, so you've got a mix here on this base for the Italians. Um, we've got a Perry, we've got a Perry, we've got a Warlord. Okay, and on the back you've got 2 Warlord and a Perry. So let's be honest, guys. There ain't much in it, is it? Really? When you get it on a command, when you get it on base like that, mixing them, I think they look all right. To be fair, I think it gives it a bit of variety. I quite like it. Means I can mix in, battle dress and great coat there, and it still looks quite nice for the variety side of things. So you can have like really nice uniform, but then I can chuck in a really quick great coat that don't take long to do, and that's the plan. That is literally the plan for the Swiss and the Italians, is going to be a case of I'll probably do one battalion of Swiss in full battle dress, and then the other three will be in mix like this is now. And so same for the Italians. I've got two more battalions to do, and they're going to be mixed. So all the sixes is put. I think you could probably get away with 10 mil terrain with it as with 6 mil. Sometimes looks better with 3 mil terrain, depending on what size of battles you're fighting. Oh, fair enough. Okay, that's pretty cool. And yeah, Lionheart's, but yeah, that did put him off. Was the price of the terrain. And Nick Games said, "Nice command basis." Thanks, Nick. But I quite like the mix of Perrys and Warlords. Some people really don't like it, but to me, I quite like it. I think it suits quite well. Knocked over my lance there, didn't I? An idiot. See, look, I've already seen a bloody mold that I missed. Little buggers. Fair, it's not much of a drama because you won't see that mold line because it'll be covered up, but it still annoys the hell out of me. Just try and get these bloody mold lines. I'll tell you what, it's getting hot. It is getting hot in here. Probably give it another 5 minutes, guys, for the stream. So it's just a quick one, just to have a chat, see how everybody is, try and keep people entertained when they're stuck at home. So Lionheart's put he doesn't mind mixing manufacturers as long as the size isn't too obvious and the unit looks good. Yeah, that's what I mean. You can't really tell with these Perrys. I can't tell at my from here to the desk. I can't tell the difference. I need Lance. Tell you what, though, you've got to be careful sometimes with these because you get a nice chunk of flash on there. You can end up taking out the whole lance and snapping it by mistake. Done that a couple of times. Do 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 do. Happy days. All right. Okay. It's coming on nicely. Cool. Go over there, get another head off. What did I leave on? What was the sword one? Okay. So I'm just going to finish putting this one together, guys. Then I'll call the stream. All right. But if you've got any questions you want to ask, please ask. Feel free to ask now. Yeah, I've got to admit, I am quite impressed with these. They're not too bad at all. Mold lines ain't too bad. Yeah, these are not too bad at all, these Perrys. No, Perrys, what am I talking about? Warlord. Sorry. Not too bad at all, these Warlord. You know, nice to go for the cavalry treat though. I've still got another 2 boxes of Chasseur Cheval, and I've got 3 heavy cavalry. So the 3 heavy cavalry obviously be done in French. I'm thinking about doing the Chasseur Cheval in Italians, maybe. Not too sure. Yeah, not too sure. What do you guys think? Do you think I should try and do them Italians? Because there's a few troops of cavalry, a few regiments of cavalry that were Italian, and they were Chasseur Cheval. But I'd have to do 3 because I'd need to do 3 for the light infantry. Uh, not too sure. Not too sure. Wonder if I could stretch it across to those 2 boxes to 3. I guess I could if I did them in units of 9 instead of the 12. But I do like cavalry in units of 12. I think it just looks better because you got or 8. Sorry, I should say 8. I just don't think. I just don't think 4 frontage is that massive. I prefer a 6 frontage for cavalry. Yeah, I'll probably do them in large units or whatever you want to call it. I think they just look better. They're coming on quite nice, but yeah, like I say, guys, I'm probably going to call the stream now anyway. It's been lovely having you here. Obviously, if you're watching this later on, don't forget to check out the Plastic Crack podcast Monday night. We really look forward to seeing you all there. Like we say, Steve, you can actually hear him again and actually speak to him. So if you've got any questions you want to ask Steve, please make sure you send them in. But guys, it's been great doing another stream today. I'll try and do another stream next week anyway. But yeah, guys, thanks very much for watching. See you again very soon. Bye bye for now.